Hello everyone, welcome to ACE Online and welcome to daily current affairs session. So we'll have a few articles, mostly they are factual in nature, right? So these are all the articles that we are going to cover today. First one, Andaman Nicobar Islands. So we'll see details about Andaman Nicobar Islands because there was an article in Indian Express that Indian government is on mission mode to develop the infrastructure in the Andaman Nicobar Islands. So we'll see the important things about Andaman Nicobar. It covers from geography, Indian geography, right? Next one, Operation Meghdoot. So it's been 40 years of capturing back the territory, that is Siachen Glacier. So it can be part of geography as well as history, post-independence history. So the next article is Kandukuri Veeresalingam. So today is his birthday and he is one of the most popular social reform movements and especially from the South India. So this is part of history again. So many questions were there previously in UPSC, SSC, RRB, railway exams. So there is a lot of questions, very important personality from the history. Then it is of international relations as well as defense, the exercise Dustlik between India and Uzbekistan. And next article is from Science and Technology, Tintong 1. So this is the satellite system of China, we will see details about it. Science based targets initiative from environment, right? So these are all the articles that we are going to discuss, and then there are 3-4 factual pointers. Finally, we will see some practice questions from the contents that we are going to see, from the articles, right, that we are going to discuss. I hope my voice is clear and very good evening. Welcome to the session, Malini and Srinath. Let's start the session with the first article, that is Andaman Nicobar Islands. And the context is, and as I said, there was an article in Indian Express that India is in mission mode to develop the infrastructure in the Andaman Nicobar Islands, right? So this is very, very important article from geography point of view. There is a lot of questions. I will show you the previous year question of UPSC also from Andaman and Nicobar Islands. So listen them carefully, observe the facts that we are discussing. So we'll show you one question, right? Let's know about Andaman Nicobar Islands. So Andaman Nicobar Islands are located in the Bay of Bengal. And they are formed due to the collision of Indian plate and Burma plate. Let's see, briefly understood. So earth consists of lot of plates, as we have discussed in one of the sessions, or you might be already read it from geography. So earth has lot of plates under it, and the all earth surface or the whole earth is divided into number of plates. When these plates collide, so this will rise up, this will go like this, and then this will go underneath. So this mountains will develop after the collision, right? So there are two plates, that is Indian plate and then Burma means Myanmar plate. Both has got touched and then collided. The risen up resulted in the form of small islands, that is Andaman Nicobar Islands. That's how they have formed, and it is a southward extension of, very important point, Arkan Yoma range. So Arkan Yoma range is a mountain range located in the Myanmar. So this is nothing but an extension of it. So this is Myanmar, let's say for example, and this is Andaman Nicobar. So this is an extension of Arkan Yoma range, mountain range of Myanmar. So let's observe here where the Andaman Nicobar facts that are relevant for our exam need to be understood. So here these are the set of Andaman Islands, and then southern side one is Nicobar Islands. So together Andaman and Nicobar Islands, right? So this is the overall observation or map of Andaman Nicobar. Let's know the facts which are very much relevant for our exam one by one. First one, the Andaman Nicobar consists of approximately 572 big and small islands. This is a fact important for our exam. Next, we have a latitude and longitude, right? So these are latitudes of earth and these are longitude, right? So Andaman Nicobar extension is from 6 degree 45 minutes north to the 13 degree 45 minutes north again, because completely it is located on the northern hemisphere above equator. So this extension of Andaman Nicobar Islands from here to here is between these two latitudes, 6 degree 45 minutes and 13 degree 45 minutes, north to south, right. So this is the 6 degree north, and then this is the 13 degree north. So both are north because Andaman Nicobar Islands completely are above the equator, right. So this is one important fact. And Andaman Nicobar Islands are divided mainly into 3 islands. Sorry, this is only Andaman Islands. As I said, this is the Andaman Islands, these are the Nicobar Islands. Now let us know the important facts about Andaman Islands, then we will come to the Nicobar Islands. Each and every fact that we are going to discuss are very, very important for our exams. I will show you lot of questions from Andaman as well as Lakshadweep Islands. Recently held state PSC exam, so there was many questions. So each and every minute fact we need to know. It is not like knowing the general thing, but minute facts also we need to know, right. So let us see about the Andaman Islands. There are within Andaman Islands there are 3 subparts. One is North, Middle Andaman and then South Andaman. Observe here, this is the North Andaman and then this is the Middle Andaman and then this is the Lower Andaman. And Port Blair, the capital of Andaman Nicobar Islands, is located in the Lower Andaman. Many times this will be this has been asked in the exam, where is Port Blair located? It is located in the Andaman Islands, and then within Andaman Islands it is located in the Lower Andaman, This is an important thing. And there is a passage here, the gap. This is called as the Duncan Passage. The Duncan Passage separates Little Andaman from South Andaman. So here there is one more Andaman, that is Little Andaman. Little Andaman is southern side of the Lower Andaman. This sequence also you need to know. They will give you these 4 things and arrange from the north to south. So this is the Little Andaman. So Duncan Passage is the gap between the Lower Andaman and then Little Andaman. This fact is also very important to be remembered, right. So these are the facts. Now the Great Andaman group of islands are separated from the Nicobar Islands. So these are all, this passage is Duncan Passage. Now we are talking about this gap, this passage about Andaman Islands and then Nicobar Islands. The passage between Andaman Islands and Nicobar Islands is called as 10 degree channel. 10 degree means it is a latitude. So 10 degree latitude is passing through it. Earth is nothing but, as I said, of all latitudes and then longitude. So this 10 degree latitude is which one is passing between the Andaman as well as Nicobar Islands. That is why it is named as 10 degree channel. So this is called as 10 degree, which divides between Andaman and Nicobar Islands. Port Blair, as I already said, it is located in the South Andaman. And now coming to the Nicobar Islands. So these are the Nicobar Islands. These facts are also important to be remembered. So among the Nicobar Islands, Great Nicobar is the largest one. See here, this is the Great Nicobar. This is the largest among the Nicobar Islands. Great Nicobar is the largest one. And Car Nicobar is the northernmost among the Nicobar Islands. Car Nicobar is northernmost and southernmost is Great Nicobar, right, and the bigger one is also Great Nicobar. This is also important fact, and this is very close to Sumatra Islands. I will show you the map. Yes, here it is. So Great Nicobar Island is here and it is very near to Sumatra, located in the Indonesia, right. So this fact is also important to be remembered. And few more facts, there is a lot of facts, of course, you need to remember each and everything minutely. Northernmost we have already seen, and very one important fact, and has been asked in 2017 UPSC prelims also, about Barren and Narcondam Islands. So Barren Island are the only active volcanoes in the Indian subcontinent. So no other islands in the Indian territory has active volcanoes, only the Barren Islands. And these Barren Islands are located in the north of Port Blair in the southern Andaman. This fact is also important. And the highest peak in India is Mount Everest, we all know. But within Andaman Nicobar Islands, the highest peak is Saddle Peak, located in the northern Andaman. Northern Andaman, Saddle Peak is located, and this is the highest peak in Andaman Nicobar Islands. These are all facts, has been already asked previously in many of the exams. They will keep repeating, you have to remember, right. So this is about the Andaman Nicobar Islands, and the article talks about the strategic importance of the Andaman Nicobar Islands for India. If you see, observe here, Andaman Nicobar Islands, they are located near the Malacca Straits. So there is a Malacca Straits here. Yes, here I think, yeah, here I mean the map is not very clear. So it is near to Malacca Straits, and then Indonesia, and then the Southeast Asia, right. It is also located in the center of the Bay of Bengal, and also we have Andaman Sea here. So it is strategically very, very important. They talks about lot of what you call the distance between various territories. You no need to worry. The thing is, Indonesia is the nearest one to Andaman Nicobar Islands. And one other important point here is the Indira point. This also been asked in the exam many times. It is the southernmost point of the Indian territory. If it is mainland, if they ask about the mainland, this one, then the southernmost is Kanyakumari, but overall if you talk about, then the southernmost is Indira point. This is also very, very important, right. So these are all the strategic importance. Malacca Straits, which connects the Bay of Bengal with the Pacific Ocean. So this is also an important fact, right. So these are all facts. There is no concept as such to explain, but very, very important. I hope this is clear. We have seen in detail about the Andaman Nicobar Islands. You can expect at least one question in the exams that you are going to write. Any doubts in this? Any doubts in this? Okay. So let's move to the next article, that is Operation Meghdoot. Operation Meghdoot, right. So it is an operation of Indian Army. Anything like we have a number of operations. Operation Polo we have, Operation Vijay we have, right. So there is a lot of operations named with the different set of what you call combinations. But here there was an article in the Hindu, Indian Express, and most of the newspapers has covered that on April 13th, 2024 marks the 40 years or 4 decades completion of the Operation Meghdoot, which was conducted by Indian Army to capture the Siachen Glacier from the Pakistan. Actually both the countries were not in the Siachen Glacier, but Pakistan were trying to capture this, and we, with the intelligence report, we have occupied and we have taken into our territory, right. So it has completed the 40 years. That's why there was lot of articles. Now let's know, before knowing the what has happened in the history, what Pakistan has done, how India has captured, before that let's know the facts about Siachen Glacier. As I said earlier, many times in the exams the geographical locations has been asked, and there was a question in UPSC 2020 civil service also. I will show you the question also, very simple question. You need to know the geographical part of Siachen Glacier, right. So let's know the factual details or geographical details of the Siachen Glacier. Glacier, you all know, it is a big ice cube or ice caps in the Himalayan regions. This Siachen Glacier is located in the Himalayan region itself, and that too in the eastern Karakoram range. Eastern Karakoram range. Also observe this map. This is very important because I will show you the question that has been asked from Siachen Glacier. So here is Siachen Glacier, which is located on east side of Gilgit-Baltistan. So this is located in the Karakoram range, and this is considered as an Indian territory, of course, but Pakistan has occupied it illegally, right. As of now it is in the hands of Pakistan, and India wants to take this back, right. That region is called as Gilgit-Baltistan, right. So it is located on the east side of Gilgit-Baltistan, and it is located on the west side of Aksai Chin. Aksai Chin is a territory which was occupied by China illegally after Indo-China War in 1962. So this is located on the west side of Aksai Chin, right, and located in the Karakoram range above the Ladakh. Okay. So this is the geographical location of Siachen Glacier. This need to be remembered. It is part of Leh district. There are 2 districts in the Ladakh, that is Leh as well as Kargil, and this is part of the Leh as of now. And the entire Siachen Glacier, including all the passes, all the Siachen Glacier is completely in the hands of India since 1984. since 1984, that's been the 40 years, right. So this is also important. And one more important fact about Siachen glacier is it is the second largest glacier away from the polar regions. Polar we have Arctic, Antarctic we have number of big glaciers are there. So if you take out them and if you consider the main territory or the main geographical features of the world, Siachen glacier is the second largest glacier after the world's largest one named as Factual glacier in Tajikistan. This may be also asked in the exam. World's largest glacier is located in which country, they may ask, or name itself they can ask. Factual glacier, and the Siachen glacier is the second largest one, right. And Nubra river, which is a tributary of Indus river, originates in the Siachen glacier itself. This is also important fact. And finally, Siachen glacier is the highest, or the altitudinally it is the highest battlefield. No other glaciers or the highest points were involved in the battlefield beyond this Siachen glacier. So these are all the facts that need to be remembered. Now let us understand, before Operation Meghdoot, what Indian Army has done. Let us understand the background. You all know that India Pakistan has divided in 1947. Till that time Pakistan, there is no Pakistan at all, that is part of India itself, right. So after 1947 there was a division of territory that was done by Britishers, right. So India considered itself that Siachen glacier is part of it according to the Jammu Kashmir accession agreement, which was signed by Raja of Kashmir that time, that Kashmir will be in the hands of India, it will take care about the any other political things and all, right. So India is considered the Siachen glacier as part of it since 1947, right. Also Pakistan considers itself as its own territory until the Saltoro ridge, there is a ridge, the continuous chain of mountains, it considers itself that Siachen glacier is part of it. So both the countries consider Siachen glacier as part of them, but there is no involvement of any Pakistan or Indian military since till 1970s. Till 1970s there is no involvement of any military and Siachen glacier is isolated. But what has happened, Pakistan encouraged in 1970s and 80s that mountaineers from Pakistan to climb over the Siachen glacier, and we got the intelligence report of various organizations that Pakistan is trying to capture Siachen glacier, and once if it is captured by Pakistan, then they can see whole of the Ladakh region from the mountain ranges, and they can know the movement of the Indian Army. So that's why India have launched Operation Meghdoot in 1984 and captured all the Siachen glacier including all the passes, right. So it has occupied it on April 13, 1984. The total length of glacier is 76.4 kilometers. Everything is captured under the captain head of Sanjay Kulkarni. And Operation Meghdoot does not stop there. It has continued till today. So it is still continuing because we haven't completed the mission yet, right, because if we come back the Pakistan army or military may occupy it. So that's why the mission keep continuing, and this is the longest military operation that is in the world which to be conducted more than 40 years, right. So this is all about the Operation Meghdoot. So what we have seen the context, that is 40 years completion, and then we have came to know about the Siachen glacier geographical location, and then we have known about the background, what has happened before the Operation Meghdoot, and finally we have seen the Operation Meghdoot, right. So this is about the second article. Any doubts in this? Great. So let us move to the next article, Kandukuri Veeresalingam. Kandukuri Veeresalingam, right. So this we have taken this article from Economic Times, where they have published the tributes to the great social reformer. His birthday is celebrated on April 16th every year because he was born in 1848 April 16. So that's why we have taken this article. Let's know about him. This is factual in nature, right. Briefly, before going into the explanation about his personality, let me explain the social conditions in those times in the 19th century. Women were not allowed to educate, women were not allowed to move out of houses, women were always to be dependent on any of the man, right? It can be her husband or father or son, whoever may be. So that was the condition, and widow remarriages are prohibited. There was a sati also. So once the husband of woman is died, so the woman is also kept on the that lit, right? So that sati was in practice, and then Devadasi system was there, where certain women are dedicated to the temple and they cannot go anywhere, they have to keep performing those rituals, dances and all. So that was the condition existing in the 19th century, especially in the South India. So that's why the personalities like Kandukuri Veeresalingam and many more, we have many other personalities, and Kandukuri Veeresalingam is one such great personalities who fought against those social evils. And the lot of caste Hindus, the higher caste, were promoting all these things as part of their Hinduism, right? But such personalities has fought against them, even though they don't have any power, still they have performed or fought against such evils, right? So he is called as the father of Renaissance movement in Telugu or in the Telugu region, right? We have a Brahma Samaj established by Rajaram Mohan Rai, much senior than him. He was fighting in the Bengal region. So this personality we can consider as a Rajaram Mohan Rai of South India. He has launched the such social reform movements in the Andhra region, specifically Andhra region, right? So he was born in Andhra Pradesh, Rajahmundry. He was social reformer and writer of many books. See, it's no need to change always through the activities or the physical activities like fighting, right? But you can also change the society through your thoughts by writing down or penning down certain poems or stories, or you can also publish in the newspapers. So this method was adopted by many of our historians, and this person has educated in English and he know many other languages beyond his own mother tongue, right? He also authored a book called Rajashekara Charitra, which talks about the women empowerment and all, right? So first novel in Telugu, this was the first novel in Telugu, Rajashekara Charitra was written by him. And then he also established Vivekavardhini. A journal which talks about the empowerment of women, either through eradication of child marriages, education of women, right? Eradication of sati, all the women related issues was clearly discussed in the Vivekavardhini journal, right? So this is also an important point. And Veerasalingam Pantulu was also known as, he also founded the Satihita Bodhini of a monthly magazine to promote awareness among women related issue. So these names are all will be asked in the exam, any name can be asked, right? Satihita Bodhini was established. Also he extended the theatrical art. As I said, there are many ways to perform rituals to bring awareness among the society. So theatrical dramas were also established. Vyavahara Dharma Bodhini was established. It is a theatre where the social empowerment related concepts were performed there, right? So this is also important. And then he also authored Brahma Vivaham, a satirical work challenging those opposing the women's education. So is one more work of Veerasalingam Pantulu. There are a lot of facts, but any fact can be asked in the exam. So everything attributed to him I have discussed here, excepting the general points like women empowerment and all, you understood already, but the facts has to be remembered. And also he wrote the first autobiography, he himself written about his own life in Telugu for the first time, which was called as Sviya Charitra. So this is also an important work, right? And in 1910 he published Atibalya Vivaham, a commentary related to the eradication of child marriages. So this is also one more fact, right? He was the first to advocate widow remarriages in southern India, right? There was no widow remarriage concept as such in India before 19th century. So the sati was performed and many other superstitious beliefs were imposed on the woman. So such personalities has eradicated those things, and he performed the first widow remarriage in December 1881 in the southern part of India. Okay, he was also honored with title called as Rao Bahadur in 1893. This was title given to his works. Finally he also started Hitakarni school in 1908. Hitakarni school to eradicate caste and then women empowerment. So this is also been asked many times in the exam. It was established in 1908. Chronology related things also will be asked in the exam. So they will give 3, 4 and ask you to answer the most earliest one or maybe arrange in the chronological order. So this is also to be remembered. Finally, he also worked for the Indian National Congress. He was the one who joined the political activity, and the first Congress session has happened in 1885. So he also participated in the political events as part of the Indian National Congress, right. He also established Andhra Pradesh first Brahmo Mandir in 1887. So these are all facts. There is a lot of facts, but I don't want to miss you all these facts. You have to remember, and based on the options given, at least you can eliminate some statements and you can answer it, right. So that is about the Kandukuri Veeresalingam. Let's move to the next article, exercise Dustlik. So a very short article, very factual one. Why we have taken this? This was taken from Press Information Bureau. Press Information Bureau. The context is the 5th edition of exercise Dustlik was being conducted, and between which countries, that we will see, India, Uzbekistan. So the context is this. It was there in PIB that 5th edition Indian troops has went for Uzbekistan for the exercise Dustlik. That's why we have taken this article. Now let's know about exercise Dustlik before knowing the 5th edition. Okay. So this is an yearly event, alternatively happens between India and Uzbekistan. So this year they are conducting in Uzbekistan, and next year it will be in India. So alternatively between India and Uzbekistan, right. So this is the fact. And then what is the aim? Why they are conducting this exercise? This is a very general one, to undertake multi-domain operations. So whenever there is a disaster, whenever there is an attack between any of the two countries, so each other can help, right. So military enhancement according to the United Nations mandate. United Nations has a mandate that all the countries, each other should conduct certain exercise frequently, so that they will be ready for any of the events that are against has happened. Maybe it is related to climate or maybe attack of some other things. So this is a mandate and this is the objective, right. So first edition was happened in 2019 in Tashkent, the capital of Uzbekistan. First edition has happened in 2019 and this is the 5th edition. So Dustlik 2024 is 5th edition. It is happening between 15th to 18th April, right, and it is between India and Republic of Uzbekistan. Last year in 2023 it has happened in Rajasthan, Pithogarh, right. So it aims to enhance the operational capabilities between the two countries. Very short article, right. Yeah. Moving to the next article, Tiantong 1. Tiantong 1. The context is Chinese scientists have developed world's first satellite capable enabling smartphone call without the need of ground based communication. Now what we have a number of towers, right. We have a number of towers across the territory and the communications are transferred to the cell phones, and these are very harmful. These towers, the electromagnetic radiations that are emitting are very harmful to our health. So now our connection is through the establishment of various towers, right. So the China has established a first satellite based communication for the smartphones without the necessity of these towers. So in future we will not be using these towers as well. So I want to tell you one thing, as the context has come, the world is facing lot of issues, poverty, women or related gender inequality or climate change, right. So there are a number of issues, but see, always we will take as a whole, the world will take the priority issues. We have faced the agriculture crisis in 17th century, 18th century. So we have introduced industrial revolution and then machinery industries, all these things has developed, right. So we have found the solution for it. Now we are facing the climate change issue. So in future it will be much bigger than this poverty, development, all these things, right. Climate change will be the most important issue. So again the world will shift, they will keep on removing those whatever is unnecessary. So climate change issue will be resolved and the new issue will come. So humans are such a way that whatever the most possible or the most important issue, we will take up that and we will try to find the solutions, right. So this is one such aspect. So this is becoming a problem and we are entering the new things. So Chinese government has launched the new satellite based communication without the need of this towers or ground based communication. This is the world's first satellite series and this is named as Tintong 1, right. It is also called as Chinese Satellite Communication Technology, SCT, also called as Tintong 1, and it has 3 satellites. So if you see how we can communicate, see there is a satellite here, there is a person here, there is a person 1, 2, now there is a tower. So the communications are transferred from this here, but in future using this the communications will be transferred through satellites. So it will happen much faster way without the need of ground based stations, right. So we will be weighed off these electromagnetic radiations. So this is the objective, this is how it works. So it is nothing but a 3 satellites, this is not one satellite, but Tintong 1 has 3 satellites which are orbiting in geosynchronous orbit. I have explained you many times about the orbits. So lower earth orbit we have, and then we have geostationary at the launching in the equator, and then geosynchronous with the altitude. So these 3 satellites are kept in the geosynchronous orbit, right. These 3 satellites, the Tintong 1 3 set of satellites were kept in the geosynchronous around 36,000 kilometers away from the earth's surface, and then they are giving satellite communication from each of the phone. It was successful and this is the first satellite where it was using without the ground stations. And in September 2023, Huawei Technologies have already been communicated the world's first smartphone without the need of ground based station using Tintong 1, right. So this is all the facts about this article, right. That is the Tintong 1. Any doubts in this? Now let's move to the last article for today, Science Based Targets Initiative. Science Based Targets Initiative. And why we have taken this article? Climate experts have voiced regarding the Science Based Technology Initiative, which has offsetted greenhouse gas emissions. So you may be confused. Let me explain with the diagram. Now there is a industry. There is a industries. Let's take A and B industry, and they have emitted the CO2 into the atmosphere, right. CO2 into atmosphere, right. Now the duty is to reduce as much as possible, and whatever they are reducing, that will be accounted in a sheet. How much CO2 is released? There are a lot of calculations, there are a lot of technologies where this industries can be measured how much CO2 is being emitted. So this CO2 1 ton for example has been captured or noted, 1 ton has been noted. So these industries are releasing 1 ton of carbon dioxide for every month, say for example, right. This will be accounted, and now carbon offsetting means whatever the amount they have noted, that has been reduced because they are trying to restore this CO2 or store underground. There are many technologies. So why these are noting? If the industries keep on increasing their carbon dioxide, it is noted here, and they will take some measures, or at least people will be aware that these industries are not good for climate change, and whatever the goods that these industries are producing, people will not consume because they will have a negative attitude towards these industries. That is why accounting is important. Now offsetting means taking away this, they will take it to 0.5 tons, it is not 1 ton, they have already taken measures of storage and all various activities. So we are offsetting, we are taking away certain carbon amount that they have released from their account. So it is a negative thing, it will reduce or discourage the people, right, because of lack of proper measures against this industry, right. So we have to keep account a proper account, that is what the experts has said. Science Based Targets Initiative was already a target given to the each industry that they have to limit the emissions to certain level, they cannot go beyond certain level. Already an initiative is there, and those accounted was offsetting, being removed by this initiative from the industry's account. That is why it became an issue, and experts said that this is not a good thing, it will increase the effect of climate change in the future, right. Now let us know about Science Based Targets Initiative. What is it? It is established in 2015 to encourage private companies and industries to set up a limit or target how much greenhouse gases can be removed in or can be emitted into the atmosphere. Beyond that they should not emit, right. So this initiative is to limit the emissions of industries or companies from where they can release the greenhouse gases. It should be a limit, because we are targeting to keep the temperature from pre-industrial revolution level below 2 degrees. It should not go beyond pre-industrial level at the 2 degree. We have already discussed this point, right. So it is a partnership between various organizations. This initiative was launched by Carbon Disclosure Project, United Nations Global Compact, World Resource Institute, and then Worldwide Fund for Nature. So these 4 organizations together they have launched and kept limit for the companies to emit the carbon dioxide or other greenhouse gases, right. So it provides a framework guidelines for each of the companies involved on how to reduce the emissions, how to set the targets, how to achieve the targets. Everything has been made a framework for the companies, right. So that is all of today's session. Any doubt in this? Have you understood the mechanism? So what I am saying is, whatever the emissions that are being released from the industries will be noted, accounted, and there is a limit. Beyond that, if they are emitting, so there will be a fine on them. They have to pay certain fine to the governments, right. So but now what is happening? They are offsetting to promote the economic growth. They are removing those. Each country they are giving some concessions to the industries. So that's why they have expected. The experts has requested that this is not a good thing. So what is this initiative? Who launched this? Why they have kept limit? All these things we have discussed. Any doubts? Great. Now we have some factual pointers. Let's know the factual pointers, what are important for our exam. Researchers has recently discovered the reservoir of water under the earth. So under the earth, not in the ocean, but completely under the interior of earth, they have discovered certain amount of water which was named as ring-wooded ocean. So this is in earth mantle. So earth is interiorly, this is the core, right, and then this is the mantle. Inner mantle, outer mantle, and then inner core, outer core. So this is the inner core, this is outer core, this is inner mantle, this is outer mantle, and this is the crust. So inside 700 kilometers deep, they have found out the ocean called as ring-wooded ocean. That means there is some water. They will ask you directly this term, what is it, where it was discovered. Next one, rising input costs have made the fastest moving consumer goods. See, fast moving consumer goods means which can be packed and moved fastly from one place to other place, like Lays, chips, Kurkure, biscuit packets. So these are all called as fast moving consumer goods, right. Because of there is a increased inflation, the companies have adopted shrinkflation. Shrinkflation means this is the Lays packet, for example, the total is 100 grams and it costs around 40 rupees per se. Now what they are doing, they are not reducing the cost, but they are reducing it to 95 grams. From 100 grams they are reducing the amount, the weight of the packet. So they are saving the 5 grams. Because of the inflation and then slow in the economy, these people are adopting shrinkflation, where they will reduce the weightage of product but not the cost, right. So this is the meaning of shrinkflation and the companies are adopting it, right. Then last factual point, India Post, the post offices, right, has opened a post office in Bharati station in Antarctica. Bharati is a observation scientific research station of India located in the Antarctica continent, right. So this is earth, we have Antarctica here. So already a research station called Bharati is located of India's, and there we are launching the post office. So that is all of today's session. Now let's solve some questions. Let's solve some questions. Mostly I have taken from previous year questions rather than creating, because whenever there is a previous year question from various exam, UPSC, Civil Service, CAPF or IES General Studies or even from SSC. So I am taking the previous year questions to match up our contents. This is asked in UPSC 2017 prelims. Okay. So let us solve the question. I have shown you the map also. Which of the following is geographically closest to the Great Nicobar? We have seen the Andaman Islands and the Nicobar Islands. Within Nicobar Islands we have Great Nicobar, which is the southernmost. So which is close out of the given options, which one is close to the Great Nicobar? Sumatra, Borneo, Java, Sri Lanka. So what is the answer for this? Okay, let us see what is the answer for this. First thing, if you observe the map, this is India and this is Sri Lanka and this is Andaman Nicobar Islands, this is Myanmar and this is the Indonesia. So here Indonesia is the nearest because this is the Sumatra, this is the island of Sumatra. So Sri Lanka can be eliminated, Java, Borneo. So answer is very direct. Yay. Yes, Srinath, Ranjan, Malini, Swarupa, all of you have answered very good. So answer is Sumatra. I have shown you also when we were discussing. Next one, this was asked in UPSC NDA exam in 2017. NDA, National Defence Academy. Which of the following statements about Kandukuri Veeresalingam is incorrect? They are asking about the incorrect statements about Kandukuri Veeresalingam. He was the first person to conduct a widow remarriage in Andhra Pradesh. That is the first statement. He is popularly known as Gadya Tikana. So this is the second statement. He has authored popular books like Rajashekara Charitra and Vivekavardhini. Right. So this is the third statement. He was hailed by his fellow Satyagrahis as Andhra Kesari. So these are the four statements and now they are asking which one is incorrect. So what is the answer? Few have answered it as D. Let me see. He was the first person to conduct the widow remarriage in Andhra Pradesh. Yes. So this is correct statement. Rajashekar Charitra, Vivekavardhini is also correct, we have discussed. So you might be doubt among B and D, right. So Gadya Tikana is a title given to him and Andhra Kesari is given for Tanguturi Prakasam Pandulu. It is not for Kandukuri Veeresalingam but Tanguturi Prakasam Pandulu. He is also from Andhra Pradesh. So this statement stands wrong and hence answer is D. Yes. Ranjan Malini Srinath has answered it as correct. Very good. Next, again I have taken this from UPSC Civil Services 2020, most recent one. UPSC 2020 question. Siachen Glacier is situated to the, very simple question they have asked. I have shown you the map also, from there you need to answer. Even though if you do not know exact location, try to recall where Aksai Chin is. I have shown you Gilgit Balchistan is and then Siachen. So you have to answer this now. Siachen Glacier is situated to east of Aksai Chin, east of Leh and then north of Gilgit, north of Nubra Valley. So what is the answer for this? Situated to the, let me go to this diagram. Very easy question but you will confuse, right. So now observe Siachen Glacier, this is Aksai Chin, this is Gilgit. So is Siachen Glacier located east of Aksai Chin? No, let us see, this is Leh, right. So it is north of Leh, west of Aksai Chin, east of Gilgit Balchistan. Now let us see the question. Yeah. So east of Aksai Chin? No, it is west of Aksai Chin. Siachen Glacier is west of Aksai Chin. East of Leh? No, north of Leh, above Leh it was located. North of Gilgistan? No, east of Gilgit Balchistan, right. So this is also wrong. Even though if you don't know answer is as D, Nubra Valley, we did not discuss, but all these three things we have discussed. So it is, you can eliminate and then answer is D, right. Yeah, so this is the answer. Even if you don't know this, but you all know this, we have seen the map, you have to answer this, right. That is how you need to answer. You cannot directly mug up everything, you need to understand where it is located and then eliminate the statements. Next one, Dustlik is a military exercise between India and which country? Uruguay, Uzbekistan, Uganda, Ukraine. Yes, Ranjan, Malini, both of you have answered it correct. Next question, Dustlik is a military exercise between India and which country? Uruguay, Uzbekistan, Uganda, Ukraine. Let us eliminate few things. Uganda not at all, African one we did not discuss. Ukraine is sensitive, so we did not even discuss that. So there is an exercise, but as of now they do not conduct. Uruguay and Uzbekistan, out of that this is a very direct question. Yes, all of you have answered it well. Ranjan, Srinath, Swarupa, Malini. So answer is Uzbekistan, okay, very direct question. Last question for today, which of the following statements about Ting Tong 1 is correct? So Ting Tong 1 satellite, set of satellite, which one is correct they are asking, right. First statement, it is a series of satellite consists of 3 satellites, that is the first statement. It is placed in lower earth orbit at an altitude of 3000 kilometers. This is the second statement. It is world's first satellite series capable of enabling smartphone calls without the need of ground based infrastructure. So this is the third statement. So first statement, yes, it is a set of 3 satellite and this is not lower earth orbit, it is geosynchronous orbit. So if this is the earth, this is inclined, kept like this, of 36,000 kilometers. So second statement is wrong and third is correct. So answer is C. Yes, Srinath has answered it as correct, right. This is not D, okay, second statement is wrong because it is not in the lower earth orbit or the distance is also 36,000 kilometers, right. So 5 is C. Yes, few have answered. So this is all for today, right. So this is the session. We have a lot of facts and you can expect 1-2 questions in such type of articles. So try to revise them, keep working hard every day, keep following your daily schedule and then you can also revise your current affairs for your exams. All the very best, have a great evening.